Hello, everybody. I am Luciana, the Emotional Mastery Coach. I am an ordained Buddhist priest, and for the last 7 years, I have been teaching women how to master their emotions using mindfulness. Now, in today's video, we're going to go behind the emotion to talk about the emotion of pride. This is a big one for many of us. We are going to talk about why we all feel the need to be right and defend our point of view. So I invite you to stay tuned and let's get started. Now, before I begin, if you are choosing to live a more conscious life and you want to learn more about spirituality, meditation, and emotional mastery, I will invite you to subscribe to the channel, to hit the little bell button so you can be the first one to be notified of upcoming videos. So I want you to participate and play a little game with me. All you're going to need to use is your imagination. I want you to remember the last time you got into a very heated argument with someone. Maybe you started arguing with your parents, with your significant other, with a stranger on social media, and you went back and forth with those messages. I want you to really remember what it felt like to be in that moment. They were saying something that you did not agree with, that you personally actually thought was wrong. And you felt like you needed to voice what you know is right. You started to feel that fiery sensation in your body. Like you had this extra strength to just get your point across. Do you remember how it really feels to invest your energy to defend your point of view? That is the emotion of pride. Yes, there is a good pride when you're proud of yourself for an accomplishment. We're not talking about that. This is the feeling of I need to defend something. And most of the time, what you're looking to defend is your own ideas and beliefs. And the question that arises is why? Why do we fight to defend an idea or a belief when we understand that each human has their own? Why do I feel like I need to convince you of my point of view? Because we all do it. Every single human in this world at some point or another will enter the emotion of pride, needing to defend their point of view. You're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. You're saying that wrong. I don't agree. I know that this, and this, and this. And then we turn it to, I need to make sure you hear my point. And not only hear it, believe it, right? The emotion of pride is an emotion that we tap into, what I call as a denial. And you're going to ask me, a denial of what? A denial of the fact that I feel threatened, that I feel a deeper emotion there that's making me vulnerable. When you say, that I'm going to give examples, when you share with me in a strong manner about your political beliefs, about your religious beliefs, about what you think I should do if we're in a relationship, I suddenly feel vulnerable. Either because I feel threatened. I feel like maybe you're pushing something onto me. I feel maybe rejected, abandoned, guilty, afraid. I feel something. So my reaction, because I feel something, is to build a wall and protect myself. And this emotion of pride, that's why it comes with a strength. Because when we're arguing, we begin to tap into another level of strength, right? Like we suddenly say things that we don't even mean because we feel this extra strength. Why? Because feeling temporarily strong helps us deny the fact that we're feeling so vulnerable. Breathe. Learning to recognize when you tap into the emotion of pride. Learning to be vulnerable with what you're feeling, more than anything with yourself. This is not about you with anybody else. Will help you have the power to choose how you react when you are in that emotion of pride. That is truly being in a state of freedom. Because when we don't even know how to recognize this emotion, the moment it comes up is going to take the lead. It's going to say things, it's going to act in ways, and it's going to make decisions that later you may regret. And you may wonder, like, why did I argue with my uncle for 3 hours on Facebook? Like, why did I do that? Now I'm not invited to the Thanksgiving or something, You want to take a moment to see that there's nothing wrong with the emotion of pride. But if it ever has taken a toll in our life, and most importantly in our relationships, you want to be willing to ask yourself why. Because many people and many of us, sometimes only through pride do we know how to move in this world. And right now specifically, there is so much division with so many different ideas. And no matter who you ask, everybody has a strong belief of why they think what they do. You know sometimes that it doesn't matter what combination of words you use together. Nothing you say will push somebody to change their beliefs. No amount of manipulation, no amount of control, no amount of power you try to put on somebody else will change their point of view. Why do we still try to prove that we are right? And this is something that I explain to so many of us that believe that things need to change in this world, is that understanding our emotion of pride can help us save our energy for the things that actually matter, for the places, the people, and the situations that will create an impact and change in the way we want to. Because if I argue for 3 hours, because arguing and it leads to anger, pride can lead to a lot of anger, and anger being one of the most draining emotions. If I argue for 3 hours, I won't have the energy to do everything else that I want to do to support, this world or things like that. So that is something that I'm going to invite you, if you want to discover this about yourself, ask yourself, with who and in what situations do you rather be right? Do you rather prove your point of view instead of keeping your freedom and being happy? Instead of, because of a temporary moment of vulnerability, you rather lose your happiness and possibly even push certain relationships away. If you answer that question honestly, and through the process, allow yourself to take some conscious breaths so you can let yourself process that emotion as you are feeling it, you're going to notice that it's going to be easier for you to catch the emotion when it comes up. First, you may catch yourself during an argument, right? Like you're in the middle of an argument, you're like, I think that's the emotion of pride that she was talking about. But later with time and with practice, you may actually find yourself before that starts, it's like, I'm feeling so affected by this person pushing their point of view on me. I need to take a moment to breathe. I'm feeling vulnerable. Then you're beginning to have mastery over your emotion. So with this said, I would love to hear in the comments below, what is your experience with the emotion of pride? Can you have the humility or the vulnerability to accept a situation where you felt it? I would love to hear your story. Also, if you want to reach out, you can find me on social media as the Emotional Mastery Coach. And with this said, this is all I have for you today. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye-bye.